3 U.S. senators announced today that they have tested positive. Democrat John Hickenlooper of Colorado, Independent Angus King of Maine, and Republican Roger Wicker of Mississippi all say they are fully vaccinated. That news comes as parts of the country, particularly in the South, are being just pummeled by the Delta variant. As we speak, Alabama has zero ICU beds left. In fact, it's in negative territory, with some patients being treated on gurneys in hallways or in emergency rooms. The state has now surpassed Florida with the most child hospitalizations in the country. Alabama's Republican Governor Kay Ivey declared a state of emergency last week as her state's hospitals face this nightmare scenario. But still, she stood her ground on saying there will be no new statewide mandates. Her fellow Republicans have been actively declaring war, not on the virus, but on virus protections, like in neighboring Georgia, where hospitals are also running out of ICU beds. Governor Brian Kemp is banning local governments from requiring businesses to adopt mask mandates. And in Texas, where health officials warn the current surge could be worse than anything the state has yet seen, the head of Texas Medical Center says that with nearly 20% of new cases in children, it's a recipe for disaster. Despite that threat to Texas children, the thrice vaccinated, newly COVID-positive Republican Governor Greg Abbott is blocking schools from mandating masks for kids too young to get vaccinated, while he receives the Cadillac treatment for COVID himself. Cue this clip from Titanic.
I have a child! I have a child! Get her out of there! Please, I have a child! Please, I'm all she has in the world. Go on. Step back, I say!
Here, give it to me!
Women and children only here! One more woman and child! Step forward, please!
If you hadn't seen the movie, that was not his child. Hashtag cowardice. Shorter Greg Abbott, the COVID lifeboat is for me. The rest of you Texans better learn how to tread water. Which brings us to Florida, where perhaps America's cruelest governor, the always mercenary Ron DeSantis, isn't promoting vaccinations. Oh, no. He's threatening to financially punish local school boards who try to enact mask mandates. And he's spending more time attending fundraisers, appearing on Fox News, and selling anti-Fauci merch than even trying to stop COVID from spreading in his state. And his state is also drowning in record cases, including among school kids, stretching Florida hospitals to the limit. DeSantis' big idea is to offer already infected Floridians Regeneron pop-up clinics, like this one in Jacksonville, where you can see severely ill COVID patients laying on the floor, awaiting the normally expensive treatment that's been paid for by the federal government yesterday. Look at that. The city confirmed that the state-run site was unprepared because of a surplus of people, but claimed they've since made adjustments to facilitate patients. Meanwhile, as anti-maskers in Miami continue to try to bully educators into continuing to infect the Sunshine State's children yesterday, two of the state's largest districts, Miami-Dade and Hillsborough, voted to defy the governor's idiotic and dangerous mask mandate ban. And a group of parents have filed a lawsuit against DeSantis and the state, arguing it violates kids' right to safe, secure public schools. Joining me now is Democratic Congressman Charlie Crist of Florida, who is running again for governor. Dr. Vin Gupta, critical care pulmonologist and health policy expert. And Amy Nell, a parent in Hillsborough County, Florida, who is among those suing Governor Ron DeSantis over masking policies in schools. I have to start with you, Ms. Nell, because you are a parent that's really at the center of this nightmare. Why have you all sued, and what do you hope to gain?
We felt like we needed to sue because the governor is clearly not prioritizing the health and safety of our kids.
Yeah, I think
what we're
clear.
hoping to gain is that, we're hoping that we can have the courts agree with us that he's overreached his power and is usurping the power of our local school boards to make decisions that should be made at the local level.
Talk about that a little bit, because, the school board, Republicans used to believe in small government, the government closest to the people. There's nothing closer to the people than the school board. That's our kids, right? Do you feel that school boards and that parents are being bullied because they want mask mandates?
I do, because if we're going to lose funding for trying to keep our kids safe, I know that the school board members feel that their hands are tied, and that's not fair.
Are your kids old enough to be vaccinated?
No, they're not.
They're not. So they're more vulnerable. And I'm going to go to you, Dr. Vin Gupta, because here's the thing. Kids under 12 can't be vaccinated. There's nothing they can do. They're just sort of sitting ducks for COVID if their parents get COVID or if their grandma gets COVID. I want to put this back up again. Can we put back up again this pop-up clinic? Because Ron DeSantis has decided, let COVID run through our schools. Let the kids get sick. Let the parents get sick. Let COVID run wild on cruise ships. But then we'll put up a pop-up clinic. And then you can come get expensive Regeneron that the state had got from the federal government. They're giving it out for free. But people, instead of being in the ER or in the ICU, were literally laying on the floor. This posted, it went viral on Reddit. People were moaning, apparently, in suffering. There it is. This is what Ron DeSantis has decided is the right way to deal with COVID. I just have to get your reaction, Dr. Gupta.
So good evening, Joy, and great to be here. A few things on schools, just to start there briefly. Here's the thing. What we're learning now more and more is that if you don't have updates to heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, HVAC for short, and that costs a lot of money, Joy. We're talking about HEPA filters, something called MERV 13 filters actually installed into the ducts. That's a lot of money for a school district in our urban city, especially to afford. It's not like Governor DeSantis has opened up the spigot and is funding those renovations to school districts across Florida. Without that innovation, without that investment, and that's a long-term investment, what do we have? We have masks. That's the only thing we have to keep our children safe in the state of Florida and in schools across the country, because vaccines, as you pointed out, are not available. So let's just be clear-eyed here about the mitigation measures that we can input, because there's funding, about the vaccines that don't exist for kids yet, and masks. That's all we have. To your point about Regeneron vaccines, it's really odd, and it's incredibly strange that Governor Abbott and Governor DeSantis seem very willing to message on monoclonal antibodies, which I'm certainly an advocate of for those who need it. Now it's indication is for post-exposure prophylaxis. So a quick plug, Joy, for your viewers out there, combatcovid.hhs.gov. If you're high risk or unvaccinated and you've been exposed, go to that website. You can get access to it. But that is not a backbone of a great strategy to get people through this pandemic. It's to get vaccinated. It's to put up masking policies, not to prohibit those.
Let me play what you mentioned masks, Dr. Gupta. Here's what Ron DeSantis, I guess he was on Fox, and this is what he said about masks just today.
There's not a lot of data supporting forcing kindergartners to be masked. You have this obsession that a little 5-year-old, should not be able to go to school without wearing that mask for 8 hours a day. And just as a parent, I'm offended that the federal government thinks that they know better than we do as parents.
Sorry, he was not on Fox at this point. I mean, he's on Fox so much, I just assume that's where he's always talking. He was at a press conference. Is he telling the truth, Dr. Gupta?
No, he's not. And I'd be happy to, Governor DeSantis, be happy to brief you and your team. You are wrong. There is data that was just published in the Journal of the American Medical Association showing that young kids, toddler age, and those less than 5 who are not going to get vaccinated anywhere in the near future can more easily transmit the virus, Joy, than adolescents. So he's wrong. And there's empirical data now published in our best journals proving him wrong. So I'd be happy to talk more about that directly to his team.
Yeah, let me go to you. I always want to call you Governor Crist, Representative Crist, because you are in the unique position of having been governor of Florida, but also having been education secretary of Florida. So you were in charge of that system of schools. So I am very eager to hear what you think of the governor's strategy so far.
Well, I would echo the comments of the doctor. And Joy, thanks for having me on. The governor's just wrong, dead wrong, and, continues to pursue, not having kids wear masks in schools. I mean, as education secretary, the last elected one in Florida, I understood the most important thing to do is make sure that children are safe. I mean, what parent doesn't think about that when they get up every morning and their kids go away to school? I hope my child is safe at school today. Well, what's happening in Florida is we're not allowing them to be safe because Governor DeSantis signs an executive order saying that, if you wear a mask in school in your school district, wherever one of the 67 counties we have might be that happens, I'm going to threaten you by taking away some of your education funding. But it got worse than that, Joy. He doubled down and said, you know what? I might even think about taking you out of office, removing you from office as superintendents or school board members if you dare, to go up against the governor and say that, children in our school district, whether it's Hillsborough, Miami-Dade, Broward, Nassau County, some of the others that have already done this, and they're defying Governor DeSantis because they're putting the children ahead of the governor, which absolutely they should. It's appalling. He is wrong, DeSantis. The doctor said it best. He's just wrong.